Hey. Thanks, Stacy. I got my mod in the chat. I'll go ahead and pin that now. I'll give everybody some time to get on over. I know a couple people is probably live as we speak. Happy Sunday. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat by dropping some speakers in the comment section. I would appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get this. Thank you so much. I want to get my papers out as well. I wasn't able to really share out just yet because my daughter has my other phone. So give me 1 second. Let me get my iPad as well. I'll be right with you. My mods is with you. Stacy, let them know I'll be back in 1 second. All right. I'm coming. I had to come back down to my basement. All right, hey you guys. Hey. So we all know, hey Christopher, hey Angie, hey Curlin, Marcia, Cringe, Alicia, hey everyone. While you guys are here, make sure you are liking this video for me. Make sure you subscribe to my page. I will not be here long, but I definitely want to go ahead and comment on Deflection. Hey, Miss Tiffany, Mrs. Cheryl, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate you guys so much, and I appreciate it. So give me 1 second. All right, so we have it. Deflection. Before we even start, as we know that this video is for entertainment purposes only, the views and opinion expressed here is solely for Let's Talk Blog 2, and let's get into it. I was listening to Kia Live, and I hope that if you guys are friends of Kia as well, or is in her chat, I would really greatly appreciate if you guys let her know that she can listen over to this live as well, because this message is actually it's just for Kia. You know, I'm just really disappointed. And thank you so much for this. Oh, you guys are so kind. The goat thing, that is so cute. Oh my God, who gave me a goat sticker? Thank you so much. I've never seen those before. Thank you again. But first, let's just start off. What is deflection? Before we even get into anything, you know, deflection is a distraction factor. You know, instead of addressing the main issue, they redirect and focus on something different, that doesn't really have anything to do with the cost of tomatoes. And that's what I'm seeing right now. Somebody said, hey, go ahead and listen into Kia Live. I'm like, hey, why not? And I heard Kia out her own mouth said that she's on demon time. And I would really like for her to pretty much clarify, what is demon time to you? She ain't gonna listen to her own people. Cringe. Talking to taking us to school. I'm gonna take you guys to school. Yes, Stacy. I want to know, what is demon time. It seems that right now, let me go into a couple of things. I heard that it was stated that I only post things, Miss Gills told you, and you noticed as well, that I only post things about, I never post things about when Kia is doing something good or if Kia is in a win. And then it was also stated that whenever she posted something about Maine, that's when I always push the content. Please tell me, when do you guys see me pushing any narrative of Kia and Maine beefing with each other? Let's just start that right there. I have never sat back and posted those narratives when Kia was dropping all the things on her page and stuff like that. I was not in the comment section rooting, whoop, sharing the things to my page and stuff like that. I let her keep that commentary on her page. If she's up in the morning and she's on live, I'll be inside the comment section. I'll say what I have to say, and then I'll roll out. I was never in the comment section trying to perpetuate or tell her, yeah, drop this or drop that. So that was a lie, as well as Kia page, and Kia has self-proclaimedly stated that her page is a page made for drama, mess, and she functions in chaos. So if Kia was doing positive things, I would post those positive things. When Kia, it sounded like it was always around Mrs. Gill. When Kia sat back and posted Mrs. Gill's fundraiser, what did I do? I sat back and I shared it. Not only did I share it, I donated to it. Comes to find out, that was an entire lie. So it seems like the only things that was positive, that it was focused that I wasn't pushing, was things that Miss Gill was trying to pump into Kia to get the bloggers to push. And then one person made a very statement to me that I thought it was very pretty much interesting, that it seems that Mrs. Gill was jealous of the friendship that me and 2K has, and all of a sudden it's like she wants that friendship. So what she was doing was she was going behind both of our backs. Now keep in mind, I don't even know what full extent of relationship she thought that she had with me, but she was going trying to tell Kia things that make Kia feel as though that I'm trying to use her for clickbait when I'm a blogger. Kia uses my commentary for her page. If she's on live, she's doing my commentary, the blogger's tea, 2K, catch this tea, and all of this. So how am I sitting back not promoting her content when the content that she was using was on our lives? When I would sit back and redirect and recap anything, I would give a clip of what Kia was talking about on YouTube, and then I would literally sit back, you guys, and drop the link in the comment section and say follow her page. A lot of this stuff it seems like it's all based on a jealous old lady. So let me tell you why we're here. So Dirk sat back and dropped text messages, and it was like calling out nonsense, and it was stating that yes, do you see how she's using this is around the time that 2K and Ruben was going back and forth with each other, and she was like, do you see that she's using your picture or something like that? Now keep in mind, I don't even know what picture that I used for Kia or the Ruben situation, or I used the name, or what the hell Miss Gill was even referencing in the conversation. But she was making it seem like I was using Kia's picture for clickbait, but only was talking about Ruben and 2K in in the video, and then was trying to make it seem like as though that I was only using them. She never posts anything good about you guys. So then it goes to this. Then I heard Kia out her own mouth say these things. I'm just going back, talking about deflection, because it's just really crazy. Let me just say this really quick, you guys. I don't need anybody to defend me when it comes to my 15-year-old marriage with my husband. We've been literally married for 15 years. I don't care about anything that a guy that has domestic violence warrant has to register for the rest of his life, has sat back and verbally and physically assaulted his wife on live, said about me. I don't care about that. Stuff like that means nothing to me. I know exactly who I am and who my husband is. When he says things like that, he never addresses the situation at hand. Everybody and their mom knows that I was sitting back beefing with him, Tommy, because he attacked me because I was associated with 2K, and I went live about the whole Lynn situation, and when Maine was mad about the Lynn situation. That's where all of that stemmed from. So now that he's sitting back calling my husband all of these names and all that stuff, and Kia, you're right. You didn't sit back and laugh. You never sat back and shaded me or anything like that. Nor did I. I've never done those things to you. But Miss Gill was already pumping your head. This Ruben stuff happened months ago. This Ruben stuff happened literally months ago, you guys. I know probably everybody live. I'm sorry. This Ruben stuff happened literally months ago, you guys. So when Ms. Gill was coming to you stating, oh, Let's Talk is using your name for clicks and views and using your name, and she's only perpetuating the beef between you and Maine, you should have came to me. Yeah, let's talk. What was this thumbnail about? And you and I know that I was never perpetuating I don't need nobody to fight my battle when it comes from Maine and them. When Kid was sitting back dropping all the tea, I was not dropping that tea on my page. That was a lot of personal information. That was a lot of stuff. I was not dropping that on my page. When that stuff was going back and forth with Ruben and all that stuff, I was not perpetuating drama and back and forth nonsense on my page. Period. I don't have to run my blog like everybody else, but it sounds like what happened was Miss Gill got mad because she could not get in my ear. Miss Gill could not come to me with no drama. Miss Gill could not come to me and talk about antibody on this Facebook app, and that's why she went to you, and you sat back and was really thinking that I was using you for clicks and views, and now you want to be, I'm on demon time. Demon time for what? That sounds like deflection to me. You're mad because when I sat back, this is after the fact. Keep in mind, all of this happened when I sat back and laughed at the picture when when Sarah dropped I don't know, I don't argue with people with kids and all that stuff. Yeah, I laughed at the thing. And I told you exactly why. I didn't know at first that it was she was talking about you. But then after I knew that she was talking about you, I dropped her response in the comments, and then I dropped your response in the comments. And what did your video say? The comment section is perpetuating drama between me and Sarah, and I have not said nothing about her. I was not perpetuating drama between you guys. I wasn't having sideways conversation. Oh yeah, did you see what Sarah said? Did you see what Kid said? I went on to the next story. Like, come on now. Then it was like, I'm just reading some of the stuff because I had to make some notes. About when he dropped my house and remodeled my house and all that stuff. Y'all know why he doxed me. I'm not going to make this live about him. But at the end of the day, what I won't go into is the moral of the story is deflection. That's where it all goes down to. People try and tend to pick issues and beefs with people that they really know that they don't have an issue with them. I have been nothing but kind to you. I have been nothing but supportive to your channel and to your platform. Even you have never asked me. You have never asked me, let's talk, share this out. Let's talk, do this. Let's talk, can I be a mod on your page? You have never asked any of those things of me. And I have never portrayed it as if you have. But you was letting Miss Gill and whatever side conversations y'all was having because she had some type of jealousy in her mind and then you sitting back telling her you like 2K and 2K, like this was some weird ass shit. And I called you out because I said exactly, if it was me and I would have sat back and let anybody in the comment section tell me to post a fake $1,000 post saying that 2K gave me $1,000 and I knew it was a lie and her intentions was to make 2K jealous, you'd have questioned my motives as well. You'd have questioned my motives. Like, come on now. Just like you said, it was content. So if it was content and bloggers are now questioning the motives behind you and Miss Gill, really? Now it's, I'm on listen, let me tell you something. I ain't never ran from smoke with anybody, but I ain't never caused smoke as well. One thing I have never been is a person that intentionally goes out and starts shit with anyone. Never have, and I never will. But for you to sit back and make it seem as though that you didn't start all of this for content, and then when the content blew up in your face, now there's everybody's problem. That's the signs of narcissists. This is the stuff that you should sit back and talk on your platform and saying that Dawn was doing to her friends. These are the things that you would sit back and say, oh, that Candy is doing to her friends. These are the things that you would sit back and say out your mouth. And then the person's and whatever that debunked person in the comment section, like, come on now. Y'all let these comments control. And even till after the fact, I still wasn't removing you as a mod because I was all like, you know what? I'm not going to go back into petty stuff because I've never been a person to jump sides. I've never been a person to jump sides. Never. Even when you was calling Sarah a racist, I didn't sit back and switch sides and say, you know what? I'm not going to commentate on Kia no more. I'm not going to do this no more. I kept neutral with everything. I didn't sit back and have no side conversations about you. But now there's a deflection with it because I feel a way that you were talking about me. Now you're mad. And now all of a sudden, because you defended me against all these other people and because you did the commentary looking at other people's lives, it's my fault because I'm speaking out. Come on now. Is that the type of content creation that we're doing now? Oh, so now I can sit back and just start all of this stuff and let's talk receipts and her name can drop with people that she thought that she never had an issue with. But then when she give commentary back, oh, I'm on demon time now because she laughed at him like, come on, what? Girl, you thought I was using you for clickbait. And then you was coming to me as if you was cool with me. That's the issue right there. You asking me, can you make images of me and all that stuff? I asked the last thing I asked you about was who was suing Maine when you said that it was Maine. And let me tell you something about Maine ass too. Let me just get on to you right now too. Nobody wants to hear about a person that sat back and sucked Miss Tasaya dry. You are one of the men on the social media that sits back and relies on all of your women supporters to give you money. You sit back and you bloat about laying in the bed all day long, sleeping and relying on them to give you bingo money when you come online at night. You was the one that talked about Mr. Sashaya. You was the one around that time when Trell was out there putting her shirt on the face. It was you that was out here calling her all type of names. It was you talking about her son. It was you out here saying that she didn't have the marriage. It was you claiming all this domestic violence on her. It was you sitting back saying how she was taking her SSI check, paying all the bloggers. It was you sitting back saying you switch sides. You're the only content creator that gets upset when other supporters support other content creators. You think that they're your pawns. You think that you own people. Their side. She was over there giving them their money. But yet when people are giving you their money, it's okay. It's okay for these grown women to support a grown man that says that he's a so-called millionaire. So-called millionaire, but you have never seen that one transaction receipt from none of the. Let me tell you something. Don't drop bank accounts, drop transaction receipts. Because ain't nobody sitting with $80,000 in their bank account and you keep showing, no, I want you to log in and drop the transaction receipts. We want to see what you spend. We want to see the bills that you do. We want to see, because anybody can drop a little receipt. No, we want to see how you maintaining this, where this come from. We want to see transaction because you are the only content creator on here that uses your supporters dry and then get mad when they find out who you are and then try to go back. What, do you need her money? Do you need her money? Because you were on here talking about her like a dog. Like a dog. You were the one that was jealous because she was sitting back gifting 2K. Oh, she gifting 2K in the chat. She gifting that. Right, sir? Oh, there go my sis. Sir, you know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. There she go. You over there hating now. There go the little chicken nuggets over there and all that. But yet I have a whole video that sits back and show when a person was sending you a super chat, they sat back and asked, oh, what's your information so I can send Shada some gifts? One of your supporters, or was it you, called Shada to tell her, oh, if you want to send me the money, y'all can send me cash apps or y'all can send, you want me to drop that? Stop playing. Stop it. Then you want to sit back and keep getting involved in people's business. Go turn yourself in. Because it's mighty strange to me that you're the only content creator on here that had GoFundMe accounts, that had fake raffles, and that was sitting out here going to court every week, but yet you have 3 warrants. You have bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish to fry. But yet you always in everybody else's business but yours. Oh, they was over there playing Miss Gill. They was over there playing Miss Gill. No, you was playing Miss Gill. You played all those women like accordions, like you playing them right now. See, the thing about it is you have a whole bunch of women supporters that are older supporters. You don't have no young women in your comment section that have sense. The only one over there that have a little bit of sense is Mama Mia. But every chance you get, you try to make her feel like she don't know what she's talking about and what she's doing. So now she's so dummied down, she has no voice and no opinion. But now you sit back and think that whatever you say online and and project. Any grown woman would have been sitting back wondering and questioning, why is Maine out here talking about I'll snitch on a person, I'll go to court, I'll do this, I'm going to court every day, but yet you got 3 warrants for your arrest. But yet you still in women's business. Still. You're not worried about nobody using Miss Gill. The only person on this app that uses Miss Gill is you. You're the only one on the app that takes money from your content, from your supporters, and produces no content. Soon as they get on, where's the blue bag? I ain't got the blue bag. You out here calling that lady bae. Shada should be ashamed of herself. You calling a lady bae. Oh, because she gifting you money the same way that lady Laura used to do, gift you money. And then when she sat back and gave you them thousands of dollars, then you blocked her the same way all your women supporters don't even got a cash app to use because you done closed all their cash apps down. When the last time you gave a giveaway? When the last time have you sat back and did anything for your supporters? Sir? Then you keep talking about oh, let's talk live in an apartment. You know that's a lie, and you know it. The only people that lives in an apartment on this social media is your mama and your baby mama. You know that, and I know that. And you're the person on the internet that sits back and brag about buying a house. Then it turns out to be a lie that you have a whole mortgage, because I have never seen not one company in my life get a sign made stating a specialty sign that sits back and said paid in full by Maine So Funny, and then it gets dropped in that you have a whole mortgage on the house because you want to fit in, but yet you always on this app talking about somebody else. Really? Really? You out here with a 34 Elaine chain on, but you snitching on them. Really? Make up your mind. Which one is it? Are you repping or are you snitching? Come on now. Like, are you ranting or are you snitching? Like, come on now. Kid them said your name is not on the deed and that you ranting. I've never said that I bought a house. I've never said that. That's the gag. Who said I brought my house? Who said that? See, the thing about it is I've never lived above my means. When I got this house 5 years ago, I never bought this house. We are renting to buy. Like, why would I be buying a house? I'm not buying my house here. Like, come on now. Like, that's the thing about it is I've never got on here and perpetrated or made a person feel as though they had to defend me or make me feel as though that they got to take up for me or anything. I have never, ever came on here and said I was a homeowner. When have you ever heard me say that? You guys watch my page. I am a business owner. And last time I checked, Maine's best girlfriend, Brianna, don't own a home either. Like, what? Like, what? Come on now. I don't got to live above my means for social media. Kid don't got to say I ain't never owned a home because I never said I owned a home. Right. What's the big problem with renting? Because Maine sat back and brought a rancher. Your house is on 1 floor. You have a ranch home. Everything is on 1 floor. The cheapest home to buy in the daggone in the industry. The cheapest house to buy on the market is a ranch house. Everything is on 1 floor. You don't even have you can't even go upstairs or downstairs. I have an upstairs and a downstairs to my house, Tommy. Let's just be clear. You have a rancher. That's no flex. Right. No, it was that. No, she had said, and the thing about it was, no, what she had said when I was listening, I don't know what she's saying now, but I know what she had said when I was listening. She said that she had defended me when Maine was talking about I live in a dump and how he was saying that my house, I live in a dump, and everybody know my house is renovated. When I moved into this house, my gas wasn't even plugged into this daggone place. And but I showed my house. I'm down my basement now. Everybody done seen my house. I done did prom send off. I go live from down my house. I was just in my house on Halloween. Everybody sees how my house is. Kia did sit back and do her commentary on her live about what Maine was saying. She did. I never said, this is the thing about it is, that's why it's deflection. When people sit back and start saying, well, what I've done for you and what I've done for you and what I've done. That's the gag. I've never sat back and discredit anything that a person have ever done for me or have ever defended or called their self taken up. I've never sat back and said that she didn't say that. Like, come on now. Right, everybody renting or on Section 8 now or stop. I mean, I'm the only two options. Renting, buying, or what? Housings. Like, I mean, most y'all are renting. See, that's the gag right there, you guys. I don't sit back and when Maine sat back and said Kid lived in the projects, I said Kid has a beautiful home in Virginia. Beautiful home. Beautiful home. I think it's on my page when she did the walkthrough of her place. I don't see, the thing about it is I'm not mad at Kia. I feel as though that Kia sat back and let Miss Gill get in her ear that I was using her for clickbait. And at that time, if you are a person that's already don't know how to deal with friends, don't know how to really, you can only function in chaos if you with peace with everything. If everything is peaceful, nobody had an issue with Kia, nobody was beefing with Kia, everything was fine. And Miss Gill knew behind the scenes that people was thinking that 2K and Kia, that people was trying to turn 2K and Kia against each other. And the whole time it was Miss Gill. So then what she was also doing was she was trying to throw me in the loop too. So not only and if you think about it, Kia, she was playing you. She was trying to get it where I'm going to make it seem like this is doing, I'm going to get Kid to post this. So now if it do blow up, I'm only in the comments. Like, come on now. Like, I'm only in the comment section. So I don't got to sit back if I end it out. But now people was going to focus, well, why was she doing that to make it jealous? Or why was this and why was that? And then now that's the focus. But then now I'm going to sit back and also get in Kid ear and make her feel like, oh, because I see Kid as a mod. I see Let's Talk as a mod on her page. So I'm going to sit. It seemed like because I be curving the fuck out of Miss Gill when she be trying to talk about people, I'm like, I don't want to hear none of that. I curved her immediately. When she can't try to come to me about some art school and Omega stuff, I curved her. Because I told her, I'm not that blogger. You're not going to tell me what to post. Who you like does not contribute my blogs. Like, come on now. Exactly, sir. And that's true too. And that's how I feel it. And that's the reason why I feel as though at the end of the day, me and Kid had just came to me a couple of days ago or a week ago about like I told you, I've read that little instance about, if she had a friend or whatever the case may be. She could have came to me. I was making her photos and all of that. If you had to have already felt like that. You had to have already felt like that. Like you said, we was never your friend. We was only acquaintances. It's like, how can you sit back and say that I don't even know, like, how do people operate like that? Like, how do people operate like that? No, it just came out today, Unhinged, because, again, we didn't know everything that was, it was only certain parts. But Kia had said on her live yesterday or the day before yesterday when I was in her comment section, it was stuff that Miss Gill was saying to her that was, making her feel away. But then as she kept going, that's how she felt. So she never said that she didn't feel what Miss Gill was saying. She never said that, well, after Miss Gill was saying this, but then after I got to know you or after I got to see the blogs or whatever, I didn't feel like that. It felt like, okay, she was still going with it. That's how I look at it. But if you guys look at my page, I have never shined Kia in a bad light. What do Kia be doing? Kia be waking shit up. When Kia wake the shit up with the shot of shit, I dropped the clip of it, you guys, and then what did I did? Put her YouTube page in there for them to get the rest of the commentary. I sat back. I have never posted her side by side with me. So for Miss Gill to sit back and say, oh, I'm doing the main shit, and then now it seems like this too. Miss Gill was trying to play main in the middle of this too. Miss Gill knows that, because let me tell y'all what happened. Miss Gill had sent me a screenshot of some shit that Maine had posted. I feel sorry for Miss Gill and all that. I didn't never respond back to it. But what Miss Gill, when I listened to Maine live the other day, when he sat back and said, oh, Miss Gill said she wasn't helping out content creators and all that. First of all, Miss Gill don't give me shit. Miss Gill don't be sitting back super chat and sending me money and sending me cash apps and all that stuff. I've said that little $50 that she has gave before and sat back and did for a movie night when I first started doing my blog and stuff out her heart. Or and I don't and I can check. I'm gonna sit back and check my cash app thing too when I get off of here. But I have never, but what she was doing, now that I sit back and see it, she was trying to play him too so he can sit back and make it feel like we using her. Like what the, like it's just, I'm not dumb. I'm seeing how it all coming into play. It's like she was trying to post little, I don't follow her. I've never followed Miss Gill, or I'm not her friend on social media. So I've never seen what she said, but when I heard what he said, think about it, y'all. If you sitting back posting, I'm washing my hands, I gotta help my people in my community, and I gotta do, like, think about it. You're trying to make it main or other people feel like we using you. Ownership. Ownership doesn't have to be a flex. It's called leaving something for your kids and grandkids. It may not be benefits, but your kids and grandkids can live free, hopefully. Let me tell you something. What's so crazy. We're about to buy a building. We're literally about to buy a building. When next year come, we're going to have our whole entire company with our building, our studio, where we're able to have our equipment, our DJ, and we're going to be able to do rental halls. And we're also working on our food license. I have bigger, let me tell you something. For one, anybody that sits back and say to buy in the market that's right now is crazy. I don't have to prove anything to social media. And that's why I appreciate my supporters. My supporters have never sat back and said, oh, let's talk. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do that. It's only people that's hating on what you're doing or want to be like you that's down on that. Because at the end of the day, my kids can't sit back and blog mess when something happened to me. My kids can't sit back and blog up on this Facebook page. But guess what? These 5 years of me doing our business, me and my husband, his 10 years of doing HVAC services, we have left something for our family. So if something happened today or tomorrow, my kids are set. My bank account is set. Believe that. If I want to go buy a new car right now, we have Navy Federal. Now, when the government open back up, we probably be able to get what we need to do. But come on now. We're not bums. And I have never made anybody on social media feel like a bum. Like, come on now. Right. That's the thing about it. It's hard for, thank you, it was said that at this point, thank you. Because think about it, being a business owner is a flex in our African community, our African American community, because we are entrepreneurs. We are entrepreneurs. Being number one in my state for my business, that's a big deal for me. Doing events with Elijah Cummings, doing events for my mayor, doing events for the Baltimore Ravens, for news stations, those are big things for me. Those are big things for me. Having a contract with all the schools, like, come on now. I don't have to flex on my Let's Talk blog page. But people, my stalkers and my haters, they know exactly what I'm doing. They know exactly how my website look. They know exactly how my everything look on my stuff. They know exactly how my events going every week because they watching me. I don't need people that's into drama that I'm filtering. Not no shade to y'all, but that's not what y'all here for. Y'all live in other states. Why would I try to sit back and advertise to people that's in Texas and over there in Florida when I'm over here in Maryland? I service the DMV area, and I'm doing well off. Well off. And before I even had my business, I've always worked. I worked at prestigious jobs. I have never been a bum. I have never had to sit back and bow down and all that stuff. I didn't need social media to be my come up. I give props where props is due. But that's the thing about it is people so busy being a crab in a bucket trying to sit back and say, oh, because I put stuff on social media, now all of a sudden when the comment section don't reflect what I like, it's an issue. Come on now. That's not what we're here for. I'm not here to sit back and perpetuate drama. I have gave Kia her props and said that she have done this before anybody has done this. My focus when I first started blogging was to never be into these type of things. And I will not be the blogger that's going back and forth with people that I once considered associates. That's not what I do. That's not what I do. Like I said the other day, I respect her platform. What she chooses to do with her platform is what she chooses. If she chooses still to moderate and commentate off of the things that we post on my platform, that's what she does. But don't sit back and make it seem like now all of a sudden, because I have a right to voice, or if people is posting in the comment section and people and I'm commenting back, or I feel away, or I saying something, now all of a sudden, oh, I'm mad and I'm doing this. That's not how it goes, because I would never do that to you. Because if I did something wrong, I would sit in my wrong. You already made it clear that you're not apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I never asked for apology. I asked for accountability, because at the end of the day, you were being, whatever the case may be, it was either you were being brainwashed or you already felt like that and just needed further reprimation to make it come out to the light. Like, come on, y'all. Like, we ain't got time for that. But I surely ain't gonna sit back and have no guy that's on here milking women on social media that ain't never had nothing in their name, that's behind on child support and got their mother living in the projects with no air conditioner, to come on here and keep trying to say something about me. Boy, come on. You just start getting money in what, 2023? And you 41 years old? Let's do the math on that. You just start getting money in 2023, but you 41 years old. The math not mathing. And no, the thing about it is, Virginia, we didn't get her seat up. I would not, me and 2K did not get Kia seat up. Kia used to be in my comment section when I used to go live back when I first started doing my blogging. I've always used to see it in my comments. And then when she started doing her page, or she started doing like a commentary, I think the cringe. That's how I found out about Kia. She would be in my comment section, but then I realized she had a page when the cringe community used to blog on her, when she would do stuff back and forth with with Candy. So I that's how I found out about her. I never put her on. She used to be on with Candy, and her and Candy built their platform like that. But I don't, the thing, let me tell y'all something. I don't put nobody on. If anything, you guys, 2K put me on. When I first started, I had 30,000 followers, and all my content was about Krishan and other little, blog stuff and things like that. And I would talk about Lynn and Maybay and things like that. But as far as being in like that, that's who put me on. And I'm going to always give credit where they was due. Yeah, cringe. Cringe said I put her on, right. Yeah, Regina, you missed a lot. You missed a lot. But keep in mind, you guys, let me just say this. And I want this to be very clear. People calling my husband a pedo, or him saying that, Tommy saying that about my husband because he's a registered one, it does not bother me, you guys. My daughter is about to be 20 years old on Saturday. Come on now. Let's just do the math. Listen, my daughter's about to be 20 years old on Saturday. Okay? If a person really thinks that I care anything about a person that married an unfit, hole in the wall, says about me, they got me messed up. They have so much stuff that they're battling right now, so much when they lay their head down at night. The last thing they should be worrying about is anything that Denise says about them. That's the last thing. Why do y'all bloggers never actually blog but sit and talk about people? I hate this for people. Do y'all really know how to actually blog? And that's actually, let me say this. The last thing that I want to do is ever create a narrative that all I do is sit around and talk about people. If I'm going live with a purpose. I blog people that sit around and talk about people. So that's different. But my question to you is, why do you sit around and watch bloggers and content creators that sits around and talk about people? Because on my personal page, none of this comes in my algorithm. None of this. On everything I love. I have no drama, no conflict. None of this comes on my algorithm. So it's all about what you click on and what you choose to indulge and what you choose to feed into. Because my page is not a gospel page or like an inspirational page or anything like that. You come here, get what you need, and then wherever you need to go, that's where you go. But I don't be on live, for just to be gossiping. A lot of us content creators, if you listen to it, a lot of we're doing it with substance. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what, okay, right. So if you're bored and you love to see train wrecks, there's an audience for that. And then there's an audience for people that likes motivation. There's an audience for people that likes kids bops. There's an audience for people that likes comedy. There's an audience for people that likes all different genre. This is the genre that I have gravitated to and have made it against. But again, my Facebook page is not solely on just drama. I don't sit on live and just talk about people. And one thing about it, what I am is I'm a peacemaker by heart. I'm a person by peace by nature. I try to follow peace by all men so peace can follow me. So I don't get on here and try to perpetuate drama or try to intensify the matter. Like I said, I came on here and I'm speaking to Kia as a person that I respect. And keep in mind, I don't say respected. I say respect. Because one thing about a person that you've never done nothing to and have never, because people say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. That's not true. Most people on social media are arguing about what people said about them, not what they've done and because most people don't touch them. So we need to teach our children that's not true, because we also know that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So the way you talk and the way you interact, and for a person to feel betrayed or feel a certain way, the way she feels as though, well, I've defended you, but when you laughed at that post, that made me feel away. Even though that was after the fact. If that made her feel away, I was wrong. Because she feels as though I've never done that to you, so you shouldn't have done that to me. And in all honesty, she hasn't done that to me in public. So I have to be a mature adult and say that was wrong. Because at that time, I didn't know what was said about me. Not in detail. So I'm never, like, come on now. I'm never. Thanks, Stacy. Thanks, Stacy, for hiding, honey. I'm never going to be a person that tries to, I teach my kids that, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I teach my kids these things, to be above the devil. And one thing for sure, the only reason why I take it there with some people, because they try to take it there with me. Especially a person that has nothing to fall back on. Be very mindful of the people that talks about you on social media and dresses theirself up to appear in ways that they're not. Get very offended when you call them out on who they are, but yet has nothing to fall back on if social media crashed today or tomorrow. See, the bloggers have jobs. A lot of these content creators don't. A lot of the content creators sit back and depend on their women supporters to play bingo. Yeah. Let that sink in. A lot of the men get mad. It's one particular man that I've seen on social media. It's the only guy on social media that has literally sat back and invested more time in drama than taking care of his legal fees. Only one. Only one man that I have sat back on social media and knew that he was in the house doing exactly what he accused Robert Hampton of doing, and still have legal fees for it. The only man that I know that's on social media right now as we speak that tries to go put on chains to rep his hood when he openly admit that he has snitched on the people in his hood. The only person that I know on social media right now that has a court order that cannot be around his own wife's children. The only man that I know that's on social media right now, that wife don't have custody of her children. The only person that I know on social media right now that always lies and said that people are living in an apartment knowing that his baby mother and his mom is living in one as we speak. The only person that I know on social media right now that their son is the only person that has went into their ops inbox telling them, please stop talking about my dad. But hey, what do we know? What do we know? The only person that gets on social media and talk about women all day long and watches their lives as we speak, probably watching right now, just to get their self upset with those big eyes and has aged like the president and has been getting his teeth done for the last 15 years because he hasn't brushed his teeth since he was 1 year old. But hey, what do we know? And the only man that's on social media right now that has yet to take a DNA test to prove if you are the father. So before you get on this live today and rebuttal, I want to let you know, I want to see a DNA test proving that you are the father, because ain't no man sitting on social media letting another man claim their child and you claim to have 80 racks in the bank. Are you scared? Are you scared? Or is you listening to the baby look like me? Huh? Who the baby look like? So let's just do that. And before you get on here, I want to see that you have that bail paid, because you have a warrant, sir. So you need to go be turning yourself in. Go pay your warrant, because you gangster, right? I wish my husband would be in his 40s fighting cases. So let me find out you was only going to court to snitch. So you was only going to court because, hold on now. Hold on, y'all. He said he got cases in Bastrop and he got cases in Monroe. None of those got to do with 2K. We know the other one got to do with you being a little weak ass nigga. But what the other one got? What's the other case for? You was only going, what was you going to court for? Were you only going to court to snitch? Were you only going to court to be a co-defendant? Oh, you was out there telling, and then you missed your court. Oh, because it's surprisingly, and let me tell you something too before we end this, y'all, because I'm about to be leaving in a second. Yeah, it's definitely scared to go to jail. Definitely scared to go to jail. Them YN's going to go in there. You can look at him and tell, look, he's easy bait. Look at him. Dude, he looks like he's a threat to anybody. What threat are we seeing, you guys? Come on now, you guys. What threat? But I just want to really keep this in. Because I'm just really just sitting back like, what's the real stuff? Like, yo, like, Baltimore here. Right. Just fighting cases, y'all. He fighting cases like he fighting demons. And he go to old women, just get a lawyer to tell him to drop this charges. Don't take accountability. They want you. See, that's why you in what you're in now, because you think that you are bigger than the program. That's the problem. You thought that you could sit back and mollywop your girl all on live, but then when it's time to pay the piper, oh, you don't want to pay the piper. And the only reason why you can't lie and say you ain't do it is because it's on your BMs. So you can't just sit back and say, oh, you ain't do it with them. But the same way with your Facebook pages, y'all keep reporting my pages. You know the rules and what the rules state. But once again, you feel as though that you are above the law. That's why you in what you in now. Because a prideful man, is one step from falling. You're going to see it all blow up in your face because you out here trying to pay for other people's demises. You out here trying to wish bad luck on other people. But deep down inside, when you turn this screen off, you living in a life full of hell and torment. That's the problem. See, what you do is you try to deflect. And one thing about it is you are a habitual liar. That's what I don't like. See, it's one thing to go back and forth with a person, but it's a whole nother thing just to be an entire liar. I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry, honey. Sorry. It's like, come on now. At some point, you have to sit back and say, you know what? Yeah, this is accountability. Why are you beefing with Let's Talk? Have you actually told your supporters why you're beefing with Let's Talk? Have you told them? Because half of them on my Facebook is blocked, so they never get to see what's going on or see the rebuttals or see the stuff that you're doing to people. You talking about something, yeah, they can hashtag my name. Anything that's hashtagged to your name is nothing positive. Nothing positive. You're not repping your city. You have a whole 38 lane chain on and haven't did nothing. You haven't even brought a free book stand for your old community. What about the book stand for your community? What about that? Because you can go look on my business page and see the families that we are helping as we speak during the government shutdown. See, we brag different. We brag different. It's a difference. See, Lynn even said how you were. You like to tear people down. You don't want to see nobody come up. The same thing that happened with Dime. See, when you forget when you back in the day when you was first beefing with Dime, and Dime had went on and she was like, yeah, man had called me asking about how much my performance bonus is, and then he ain't call me no more because you was jealous. Same thing happened to TC. Remember, you had made that little arrangements that you was supposed to go meet TC. TC went all the way down there to Texas, and then you just sat back and skipped out on him because you jealous. But then how you act like you don't need nobody, but yet you was paying Latrice Allen to boost your Facebook page up. Like, stop acting like that. You were sitting back on Brianna's live kissing her tail. Like, come on now. But I find it strange that why nobody joins your lives, why nobody promotes you, why nobody wants to have interviews with you. Why didn't Brianna share your story about the fire? Why didn't nobody not one thing? See, you pay people and you try to put on a facade that you are bigger than what you are. But deep down inside, you really ain't got nothing because you forgot that apartment that you keep trying to say I lived in. You was living in that apartment in Bastrop with your mother on that couch that you used to be on YouTube and Facebook begging your supporters for. You forgot? Are we forgetting where you came from, sir? And you was a grown man with kids living with your mother. Show me one place that you ever had in Bastrop with your name on it. Show us. Shada was the bag. You was living with Shada. And Brandy. Remember Brandy sat back and said it was too hot? See, you such a weak clown. All of your baby mothers cheated on you. All of them. You ain't had no control of nobody. That's why you try to get on the internet and control us. Because you ain't never had no control over none of them. Brandy cheated on you. She was cheating on you in the military. Why would she sit back and she was at work. You was her babysitter. Shada was cheating on you, had kids on you. Okay, come on now. You can't even see your other kid, girl. Like, what? But you out here acting like you above somebody? Like, I just can't even believe, like, some of the stuff that you sit on this social media platform and try to project. And then you keep talking about her car, the only thing that she could give her only thing that his wife could give him was a car. Only thing Tay could give her and was a car. Why you can't give your girl custody of her kids? Why you can't do that? If all Tay gave me was a car, why you gave Shada nothing for her birthday? Why is your wife that you claim to have so much money sitting back saying that she's not getting you nothing for Christmas because she got to get stuff for her kids for Christmas? Why you not making sure everybody good for Christmas? Why she got to rationalize her money for Christmas? Mr. Big Ball and Maine? Oh, you can't get a gift for Christmas, but you can get a gift for your birthday, ass nigga? What? What? You want to be young so bad. You done sat back and wasted your entire life and youth talking about people, your entire being. So now you feel as though I'm about to just try to boss people around here. You sat back and had your whole girl living with Kasha and with your son. You forgot? You one of those type of people when you get mad, you put your family out, and now your girl is living with a whole nother man. What? And you was a grown man. Grown. Ain't no way Blanche allowed her son to live in that. Man, listen, he was in there begging the cash apps. Oh, y'all not gonna send me nothing today? Y'all not gonna send me nothing? Snagger tooth and all. Snagger tooth and all. You've had a whole fake retainer at the top of your mouth in your 30s. But you try to talk about my gap that I was born with? What? Come on now. Do better. Do better. Do better. But again, it's whatever you want. I don't know why you sit back and try to act like you above somebody and you doing something. Then you went to the daggone H&R Block and got 3 years worth of let me say this too. How did you sit back and say that you're not a business owner, but you're filing business taxes and you have a PPP loan? What? You sat back and said that you're not a business owner. And your girl said that, oh, I have a business, but it's in a whole nother person's name. That's not your business, sweetie. If your business is in somebody else's name, that's not your business. So what type of business are we doing? Definitely don't know how to. He sleeps all day. Thank you, Brownie. He sleeps all day, remember? Because he thought that me sitting back saying that hustlers sleep when they're dead was stating that I go sleepless. I'm sleep deprived. That lets you know how small-minded that he is. Because most people that are entrepreneurs, for one, I sleep just like everybody else does. I go to bed at 10 o'clock and I wake up at 6 o'clock to get ready for my day. I'm not sleep deprived. But nobody in their right mind that does not have a business and does not have nothing to fall back on and that are bingo operators are laying in the bed sleeping all day, allowing women supporters to sit back and spend they gotta work and get all their money while they're at work, and then now all of a sudden they gotta come and play with you to make you happy to take care of your family. Come on now. Like, come on now. You gotta really sit back and think about that. Then you're gonna sit back and tell me well, don't y'all sleep? Of course you sleep. Don't you sleep? Do I look like I'm sleep deprived? But what I'm doing is, throughout the day, I'm updating my website. I'm sitting back making sure that my orders are in. I'm making sure that anything that I need, my lights are done. I'm cleaning off my equipment. I'm making sure they got their overlays, making sure they got their contracts. Here go my W-9 right here. Here go the payment link for you right here. Have you sat back and sent over your music selection? Have you sat back and sent over your thumbnail? Let me send my graphic coordinator her information. Oh, they want the DJ. Here's the information. Would you like any special invitations or mic check? Come on now. Would you like uplighting? We are not the same. See, and then I'm thinking about, now, here's our building coming. Now we got to get this license. I want to get that. That Baltimore City is so hard. Sitting back trying to get liquor license. Come on now. We're handling business. We're not sleeping all day. Because when you're sleeping all day, you have no goals and you have no talent. Because people that are talented cannot sleep all day because our minds are steady racing. What we going to do next? What we going to do next? And then we without children. We spending time without family. Like, come on now. We not the same. You keep trying to sit back and spirit lies. So what? My husband got me an old car. And it still drives. And my neighbors didn't set it on fire either. See, I'm in a neighborhood where my neighbors appreciate me. Are they still talking about you in the group chat? I see you haven't said not one thing about that man in your neighborhood because he got you on QT. That's the thing. It ain't the police. Because like you said, you ain't scared of the police. You've been talking about everybody else. That man in your neighborhood has you on QT. And you ain't saying not one word because you know better. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. That group chat buying you a mockingbird. The hell wrong with you? But anyway, I know you'll go back and watch like you always do if you're not watching right now. But like I said, the message was for Kia when it comes to deflection. Like I said before, nobody has issues with y'all. I see what Miss Gill did, and I don't like it. It's real, it's real petty. Y'all stupid. Y'all just get it. I'm just saying, it was just real petty. But they're so jealous of you and your husband relationship that you're doing. Let me tell y'all something. Me and Dante has been together for so long, and I have never had anybody hate on my relationship. People come to us all the time, you guys, and ask us how y'all been together so long. Like, man, them girls, man, they got Tay wrapped around his fingers. Like my daughter, before Tay leaves out to go to work, Daddy, wait, give me a hug and a kiss, Daddy. Let me do this, let me do that. Like, they are daddy's girls. Daddy's girls. Like, my husband is so proud of my daughter. My daughter's 20 years old, a college pharmacy tech student, and an assistant teacher at her school. My 17-year-old just took her senior portraits and is an avid lacrosse player. Like, come on now. My 4-year-old is smarter than a whistle. My grandkids, and he keep talking about Benz. My daughter, my stepdaughter drives a 2024 Benz right now as we speak. Leased and financed by Navy Federal. Do y'all really think that if my stepdaughter, come on now, we're all with the same bank, but like she said, I'm taking my money to not prove nothing to the internet, but something to leave for my children. So now they like, Dad, we don't got to when we going to these event halls. No, y'all rent y'all halls from us. From us. We're on a new level. Everything, my thought process has never revolved around Maine, Shada, or anyone on this internet. My business process and my business aspects has never, ever focused on them. Ever. Don't ever get it twisted. You are not relevant. You don't have what I have. See, that all you have is your house. Your kids can't, when something happened to you, how they going to pay that mortgage? Because you lied and said you brought it, lie, determined test, that was a lie. So if something happened today or tomorrow, how they going to maintain? When you sleeping all day, how they going to do that? Huh? Oh, they what? Come on now. You already done sat back and brainwashed Shada to be away from her family. So what's going to happen? Oh, the women supporters, they only going to take care of her, but for how long? That's what you need to be worrying about. Stop getting in trouble, having to go back to court every day going month, worrying about what kind of car I drive, because every type of car I drive, Dante ain't been in trouble with the law in over 20 years. Nobody got time for that. Nobody got about here ducking no law. Nobody living like that. How are you living? How you going to be a snitch and a thug and a criminal and a DMV at the same time? You're doing a whole lot. But then you never told your supporters why you're mad at Let's Talk. You feel as though that everybody exposed you. How we expose you? If you comfortable with who you are and what you did, because obviously you done told your supporters, hey, I done did it. It's in my past. No. Let me tell you about the internet, you guys. One thing about the internet, you have no past with the internet. The internet is an elephant. Every time you log back in, we remember you from your last live, from your last incident, from your last post, from your last thing. We don't sit back and calculate your past is your past. That's something that you have to sit back and persuade to your family. Let them deal with that. We're talking about now. We don't look at it like that. Especially when we can sit back and see a full charges. And every year we see your mugshot on your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Make sure you register. How you lied and said the internet got you put out your place, but you never told them that you were a convicted RSO. That was what happened. You just lied. You got locked up for not registering. And then once again, it was their fault because like you said, you done came and did everything. That's always your story. You always do everything that you're supposed to do and nobody's wrong but you. And it's always Let's Talk and Denise that's doing everything because she got this wig on. Because Let's Talk wear that wig. That's why I'm going through what I'm going through. Because Let's Talk drive that car. That's why I'm going through what I'm going through. Of course you're not happy in real life. Let me tell you, Huxtable, posting a bank account is one thing. No, post the transactions. Post your transactions. We want you to screen record your transactions. That's how you sit back and prove that you have money. Because anybody can post a bank account. Post your transaction, boss. Post that. Let's do that. Let's play post the transactions game. Let's do that. Let's play that game. Since you want to sit back and be the boss with no business, PPP loans, and nothing else. You just telling on yourself. So what are you falling back on? What are you doing in your meantime except for sleeping. Hey, TT Turner. Thanks, Crystal. Happy Sunday. What are you doing? What are you doing in your meantime, in between time, when you're not online worrying about everybody else? Because you're not going to your court dates, because it just happens to that you're always sick. Come on now. You got no damn life. What time he going to jail, Susie? Girl, I want to see him pay the $6,000, because what grown man in there, 41 years old, that's sleeping all day, can just goes down there and all of a sudden you just missing court. You think you're above the law. He think that he can just tell the judge and tell the people that I was sick and I can't come to court today. What? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? But yet you telling other people that you're going to be at court every day. It's mighty strange. Since your therapy stopped, you just looking real. You ain't over there crying no more. You really think that you're going to get somebody? Woo, child. Woo, child. He ain't clocking nobody job, and how he making that kind of bingo. He doing bingo, Stacy. So what he does is he sits back and sleeps all day. Like he said, he's a self-proclaimer snoozer. Not my words, his. He said that he sleeps all day. He's at the point of his life that he can sleep all day. If that's not the biggest slap in his supporters' face, then I don't know what is. Because y'all are old women, and some of y'all are retired or getting an SSI check. And because he wants to gamble, whether y'all win or lose, he's going to always get the money because he's the board head. But yet he wants to sleep all day. It's okay for him to sleep all day. Y'all play bingo and y'all make him make between $1,000 to however much money he's making a day. And then he gets to throw it in the people's face. Yeah, because I get to sleep. I'm at a point of my laziness. It ain't no type of hustle. Listen, chocolate drop. That is a temporary hustle. Temporary. I'm at the point of my laziness where I can get online and tell people, my supporters, that I sleep all day. Come on now. And remember, he sat back and was charging money back when he lost. He charged over $4,000 back when he lost in one of them bingo games on Facebook, one of them bingo groups before. He's a sore loser. If he loses, he's going to charge his money back. And that's not allegedly. That's facts. That's the type of stuff that you do. But yet everybody needs to drive a Benz. He wants everybody to drive a nice car. Everybody got to live in a nice house, even though he lives in a ranch house where everything is on one floor. Like, come on now. We know how those houses is in Baltimore. You have the cheapest house on the market. You have no upstairs and no downstairs, and your backyard is bigger than your house. But yet you want to talk about people living in apartments. But yet your sister was living in an apartment. Remember when Dawn was your sister and how much you loved her? She was living in the projects. And in the projects, you lied and said that Kid and me, we live in the projects. But your mother lives in the projects. She lives in the and you know she did. What? Come on. It's deflection because you live there with her. It's so funny every time you go to bash, if you have never turned that camera around for us to see your mom, why can't your supporters see Blanchie? Let the live meet her, boo. Why haven't your mother came to come see your nice little rancher in Texas? Why haven't Blanchie came down to Texas? You said when you was online crying and you threatened the whole Facebook Live and told everybody that if something happened to your mother, it was us. And you said that you was going to have your mother down there. So why haven't she came down there, and why haven't we seen not one of your mother or your family members for the holidays with you? Shit, you ain't even had your kids with you for the holidays on things. Like, dang. Why can't Blanchie come to spend Christmas and things? Is she coming down for Thanksgiving? You going to go get her? Or are you going up there to bash her? Because if you go, we want to see the house. You better turn that camera around, and we want to see her in that apartment with her sister that she's living in. Grab him with you. Can ask. Just don't be rude. I can't hear. I can't hear you guys. How I live in an apartment and my husband. Right. That's the thing about it, though. Like, my sister lives in a condo. Erica has never wanted a house, ever. My mom lives in an apartment. My mother lives in an apartment. But one thing I have never did is lied and deflect on anyone. Maine knows I live in a townhome. What apartment has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a laundry room, a storage room, a basement, a backyard, a basement, a front porch, and 2-car garage? What apartment has that? But yet he'll sit back and lie and say, yeah, she lives in a dump, or because that's what gets him. The lie, it feels much better than him. He feels that he's the only one. What he wants us to do, you guys, on some real stuff, I really believe he wants us to say, Maine is the great. He wants us to say that. Tommy that has no job, wants us to bow down and say he's correct. He's the big dog on the internet. That's what he wants us to say. But you know what's so crazy? The people that get the worst criticism are athletes. The worst or the most direct and more critical and unbiased and biased commentators are sports analysts. It's so crazy. An NBA player can sit back and be the best, but then you'll have an analyst sitting back saying, you're not yet. You're not yet. You're not this yet. You're not that yet. You don't see them on here doxing or going crazy and doing that. You know what they do? They try to prove them wrong. I'm going to be better. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do what they say I'm doing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's what they're going to do. Yeah, Tommy. Hey, cuz. But that's what they do. They don't sit back and try to go back and forth. But when you shine in that light, you don't give nothing positive. All you give is take, lie, connive, and deflect. That's what you be doing over there. And then you got Slow Day over there. And then she'll sit back and say, I don't know why my name get brought up, because every time he talks about my husband, your name is going to get brought up. Stop acting like you don't know. We all know. We all know. Because it was so crazy. I have yet to even come back and respond to her from her live. I let her have it. They went live on me twice in one day. I didn't have to come back and say a mother freaking thing. Because at the end of the day, I won. Anytime both of y'all bothered in the same house, oh, I got you both bothered. I went in. I went again. I went again. Come on now. Like, anybody got time for that? Like, nobody got time for that. Talking about me on your birthdays, talking about me on your son's birthdays and all that stuff. Birthdays was the worst days. We was talking about let's talk and I was thirsty. Hey. Oh, damn white, I hate the life I live because I like to talk about let's talk. You dig? Woo, child. You wish that girl had a little arm or a little leg to stand on. You wish, like you really wish it was a little leg to stand on. But you guys, I don't sit back and my comments and my comment cousins, you guys mean the most. Y'all mean the most. I don't care if y'all are other people's followers or y'all other people's supporters, because you don't belong to me. You are not my pawn. I have no ownership on who you support, who you comment, and who you sit back and talk to. That is signs of narcissism. I value who you are and what you do for my platform by sitting here giving me your time. I would never sit back and tell you that I'm sleeping all day, and to sit back and tell a person that I'm still trying to figure out, what have you achieved in life where you can sleep all day? I have reached a level in my life where if that was, man, you know what? I feel sorry for that girl over there. Man, that signs of pure narcissism. Pure narcissism. Go to court. Right, and definitely watch him form your own opinion. You feel me? Thanks, Pressure. Form your own opinion about a person, because at the end of the day, never take what I say as gold. I always tell people, get what they say and get what I say, and then you take off and you go off of it. But I don't own nobody. I'm not sitting back making you feel away because you had an opinion about that. He was mad at people that stopped supporting him because his charges came out and made them really feel away because they don't want to support people that harms children. Some people are not, some people, most people don't support that. Period. Most men don't support that. Period. He knows that. That's why he's in the predicament that he's in now. You sat back and moved in that that little neighborhood. They don't even want you there. They don't even want you there. But you talk about me. I'm loved over here. Loved over here. Definitely protect the kids. Oh, don't you say that. What? Let me tell you what's so crazy too. And if you guys are just tuning in, I mean, before I let you guys know, it was a time, you guys, on some real stuff. Y'all know for a fact, I stopped talking about him for months. I stopped talking about him. He started dressing up as women. He was on here running his mouth. He even sat back, you guys, and he talked about my dead aunt. He sat back and told people and his supporters that my aunt passing away was my karma because he was a registered lifetime RSO, and we told people about it. I never told anybody about it. I said something about it after he went on his live. He was on his live talking about me one day, and I joined in on the live. And then when I went off, he was all like, the next day he went live about me again and was like, yeah, because I smack her. He was just talking about me. And now when I see his play, he needs attention and he feeds on drama. He likes for people to, he likes arguments. And I still didn't talk about him, y'all. When he was about to do YouTube, I went on my platform and said, look, keep your YouTube page on your autism. Talk about your family. I'm not here to argue with you. Don't make it about that. But no, that's not what he wanted. This is what he feeds on, drama. You remember that? It was just crazy. Always been beefing with women. I just been noticing that. He's beefed with Coco. He was beefing with Brianna when things came out. He's a very deflective person. He doesn't like when people expose who he really is because, unfortunately, he has not took accountability for his actions. He has not fully taken accountability for what he has done to that girl and his family. And if the paperwork comes out, he tries to deflect and blame everybody else. He'll make us feel like we're wrong for saying something or we don't have nothing. What do people having anything have to do with you doing those heinous crimes for 2 years? Nothing. He tries to belittle people and make people feel like they was nothing. But you forgot, when you was doing that to that girl, you was living with your baby mother. You didn't have nothing. You forgot? You wasn't $1 Million Maine. You was Darnell. And you looked exactly like the charge papers that you are. Stop trying to act like you trying to present a person. Oh, if you see how I am, do I look like that type? Yes, looking at them paperwork and looking at how you was all those years ago, you ain't have nothing. You was out here buying counterfeit money from people. You was out here trying to get $1 out of 15 cents. Right. Out of 15 cents. Come on now. You was out here really trying to hustle, trying to make something, trying to really get out here. You blew up off of dolls, and then that was on. Yeah, baby. Oh, I was coming to tell you out front. Sorry, you guys. You was out here trying to make $1 off of 15 cents, trying to get any little hustle or anything that you could do just to survive. But yet now it's everybody else's problem because now when people start realizing, okay, the pandemic is over, we don't want to do that. And of course, people was giving all that money during the pandemic time when you first became a content creator because they was doing the scams like you. Then they had unemployment giving away all that money. That's probably why Lynn was making all that money. For about 2 years, people was making a lot of money because of the unemployment and because of the PPP stuff. It was not because you was out here pushing all this and pushing all that. People was giving more because people was giving at churches more. And a lot of, if you notice, when the pandemic went down, churches went down also. But no, I was the biggest content creator out here. What content do you have now? What content do you have now without talking about people? But you so quick to sit back and say, oh, I have not seen you do nothing valuable with your time but sit back and talk about people. You talk about everything that you got. You have nothing. You are so broke, all you have is money. Let that sink in. Right, and then, man, pressure. See, I don't know. All I know, it was 2 years, and I know it was something that I would never done. I would never look at you the same. Ever. And you mad? Oh, you want to drop my house address. That's my business, the gag, because you mad because of what you done. Oh, she drive an old car. What do that change the fact about who you are? Me having an old car, and since then you done court warrants. You done sat back and snitched on people. You done embarrassed yourself online. You done sat back and had your girl walking out in the dark. You treat your own wife like a pawn. You care about the women supporters more. Remember, Pam is your bae. That lady sending you that money, that's bae now. Right? Hey, bae. Make sure you send that money, bae. Whoever's sending you the most money. First, it was Dwayne. But when Dwayne ain't really got it no more. So now the other lady got it. So now that's bae. You use the women. You're a master manipulator. You see, you make it seem like you got money so people can send you money so they can look like they got money too, but they really don't got money and you don't have it either, but you try to perpetuate that you really do because you sat back and waited and lived in an Airbnb for almost a year to sit back and get your credit together to go get a house just to get on the internet and lie and say you brought it for it to be caught up that you paying mortgages like a normal person. You're the only person trying to act like you're above your means. That's you. She said that. Like, really, like, think about that, y'all. I would never sit back and perpetuate a lie just so it could be, like, really think about stuff like that. You ain't got your teeth done because they was talking about you in the comment section. You took your fake hair out because they had a clip when Shada confirmed that you had fake hair in your head. You did these things, but you're mad at us. We living. Everything that I named about you is not a lie. Not one thing. Not one. You was out here saying that you can sit back and sue people for defamation of character and we don't got no money. Where do you get money from? Remember, you sleep all day. You ain't got no job or no business. You don't have any money. You're broke. Not us. You don't got the money. You're suing 2K for pain and suffering. Not us. You forgot. Let me back this up too. While you were so much trying to be under Mrs. Gill's coattail, remember she was about to sue you for defamation of character because you was out here talking about her like a dog. Remember how you went to the courthouse on the internet, sister, and wanted to get her locked up because she was talking about your charges too? Remember how you tried to get Coco locked up too? Man, sit down, Elaine. Go buy a Christmas tree and put it back in your kitchen. Next time you get a house, make sure you get one that has an upstairs and a downstairs to it before you try to lie about people having apartments when you know that's not true. You know, it's just a lot of stuff you just be lying about. Oh, and once again, before you get on here, we want you to have a DNA test proving that you are the father because that is still in question, Mr. Gangster. So Darnell, while you're listening, because I know you're listening, make sure you get a DNA test to prove that you're the father, and make sure you pay Brandy her child support. That's why she ain't take you off now, because she might want to lose, move out that apartment that she's in. So you go, and tomorrow's Monday, so you might want to clear up that warrant also. Yeah, clear that warrant up. Clear it up. Because ain't no real boss out here dropping $7,000 and $8,000 for warrants, and you still got to go to court. You know that, right? You got to. Darnell, Tommy, you still got to go to court. You still got to go to court. Why you don't want to go to court? Why don't you want to go to court? You don't want to be over there with those young niggas. Why? You know they're going to put you in PC. You know you're going straight to PC. Don't worry. You know you're going straight to PC. You already know. Don't worry. You're going straight to PC. Straight. A caution. A caution. He got a warrant, caution. When you go to court, make sure you let that judge know. Yeah, when he come up in there, a 2K. 2K. Man got a warrant. You know they'll hold him in Texas and wait for Badger to come. Tommy. You're going to jail. And guess what? Tay gonna be in the house sleeping like a baby. Tommy, you're going to jail. That's your main focus right now. So anything that your main focus is going to jail and then postponing that court date, because remember you still gotta go on up to that charge. The state picked it up. You want to go see Lynn? Tell Lynn I said hey. And all those guys out. Oh, you going to Bastrop too? Is that the Bastrop? Oh, you about to go to Bastrop? Oh boy. Eli. Man, he said that he'll snitch on anybody out here. He don't care. He said next time he come down here, he gonna have his thing on him, and y'all niggas ain't worth nothing. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. So you make sure you clear up that warrant tomorrow. Little YN. Got the little 2 ponytails in your head. Go clear that up. And the gag is this. Here's the gag. When I hang up this live, you really do have these issues. I'm not trolling. It might be funny to me. It's hilarious. But I'm really serious. Like you told me how you know what he tried to say, y'all? He told me, y'all, I should be saving the money that me and my husband got to go buy a house. Why would I do that? So what you doing? Oh, so you saving all your money, depriving your wife and wasting all of the time that you'll never get back so you can get a house for what? For the internet again? So you're not taking her nowhere. You're not investing nothing in her. Nothing is more important than you getting this. So you're saving everything for that. So you feel as though that you can tell a person that's been married for over 15 years, happily married, that's committed to 2 date nights a week, what they could do to keep their relationship going. Have you ever seen me walking outside at 3 o'clock in the morning with no shoes and no money? I think you should start taking our advice. Go on some date nights. Hey, Tink Tink. Tink, tell Maine to take Shauna out. Take her out. Like, come on now. So like I told you, before we end this live, you are in the shade seat and you have these instructions. We need a DNA test. We need that. We need you to pay off that back child support. You go ahead and kick out that $10,000, that's $6,000 to $7,000. Go ahead and waste that money now. And I mean, you bet not go on the run. I wish you would go on the run. You bet not go on the run. You go right down there and you march yourself into that sheriff office and you tell them that you ready to give them this money because you don't need it. You don't need the money, remember? So you go give them that money. So when you come back out, you will already know what that I want you to get that DNA test first so you can celebrate because we want to see you celebrate. You hear me? And before all that's done, remember, we still got things to do. We need you to convince the judge to drop it where you don't have an order where you can't see your wife's children. You know, because you're a husband. You're a good dude. You know, none of us was in the court testifying against you. None of us. None of us was in the court. None of us. We had no idea what this hearing is. More than likely, the case is sealed. But it's not what you know. It's what you can prove in court. And they proved that you are a risk. You're a risk. You're a risk. Wow. Jesus. Lord, I need you to help me. Oh, help me on my journey. Help me on my way. Oh, Lord, I need you to help me. It's Sunday, right? Well, all right, you guys, I'm about to get on out of here. Yeah, high risk. You know, you got some instructions to do. I think it was a couple more, so make sure you watch the live so you can go back and remind yourself what you need to do before you get on here and talk about a successful marriage. A successful one. Yeah. And all my supporters still have their cash apps. Y'all know. Y'all know. Because you already know Shot not allowed to know nowhere. You know she can't go nowhere and enjoy herself. Let me tell you something. He wouldn't allow her to do half of what those women supporters do for him. He already sat back and said Shada can't do that. He look at them like fools. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. He ain't fooling nobody. He look at them and laugh at them. He said it before. When they used to live in the apartments, they would be giving him money. He'd sit back and show Kyle, look, they done sat back and sent me these money. This lady crazy as shit. They just sent me like $100. They sent men. Let me tell you something. Men is not intrigued about stuff like that. Y'all look like fools. What do you think that does? For a shout out? Y'all going broke for a shout out. And make sure you won that bingo game tonight too. So you make sure all that money that you just collected from bingo. And why would you know what? I ain't even going to say that. I want you to listen, y'all. I just want to make this clear before I end. You know what you got to do. And you know what you need to clear up. And we ain't got time for your games. And we don't want to hear all that other stuff all that rah-rah stuff, because that don't mean nothing. So you make sure you let Basham know that you're reporting. And you going to sit back and tell Caution that he ain't the father. Right? Because Take out all his kids is. He hate all them kids. And let me tell y'all something. He sat back and moved in that place and ain't had not one room. He ain't even have a little small area in either kid's room for her kids. That lets you know they was not moving there. He sat back and had them kids in an apartment on the floor. See, let me tell you something about him. I ain't never even say that. But you had your kids living in a one big... All he know is apartments. This is the first house he ever had in his life. Ever. And he thinks that people say they always saying I'm bragging. Nobody says that you're bragging. We're saying that you're a fool. Because you're doing all that and have nothing to fall back on. That's not bragging. That's spending your money in all the wrong places. That's what that is. Because ain't nobody that sit back... See, let me tell y'all something. People that really earn their money don't tell y'all what they got. People that earn their money don't go out here and buy crazy stuff. People that's business owners, especially in the economy that we're in now, we don't sit back and do stuff like that. We're smart moves. We invest. That's what we do. Okay, Dollface, no problem. You know it's no love. You know ain't no love lost. Of course. You know, it ain't no love lost. You know, like I said, I move. And like I said, too, if you was watching, if y'all not, make sure y'all go back and watch it again. Make sure you tell Kia to come back and rewatch the live again, because I do, you know, it was some things that was said, and I want her to get my, you know, my opinion, my point of view, how I feel about everything. And I just moving forward again. You know, I saw roasting main ass. I done forgot. Y'all know I done start roasting his ass. So I done forgot. But again, y'all know it's no smoke. I ain't got no smoke with nobody but the person I'm on here roasting. But let me go here, y'all. It's Sunday. I'm about to finish off with my family while he has to sit back and take care of all those legal issues. And and you know what? A lie detector test would be good too. And I think Shada still need that $20,000 for her lawyer. So you got a lot of stuff to do. So we need a lawyer for Shada. We need you to get that judge. You need to convince that judge that you're not a risk to her children. We need you to do that. Yeah, we need you, and we need you to get some real business. We need to know what business you're doing. We need to see transactions. So while you posting your 80,000, we want to see you having transactions coming from that. You know, because you only at Walmart, so you should have about 50 Walmart transactions. 50 Walmart, because business people don't use cash all day. We need to see those. But other than that, thank you for my mod. Thank you so much, Stacy. Thank you so much, my girl. I'm trying to Desiree in the building. Conrad, you know I had to cut up a little bit. I had to cut up just a little bit, you guys. You know, because a person always try you, and they really ain't got, like, they really don't have what they say they have. Because the person that say, you know, the fastest money that's spent is scam money. The fastest money that's spent is money that you don't earn. Playing bingo, you're not earning. You're out here sitting back doing, yeah, 5 coming up. Yeah, it's looking good right here. 8 coming up. That would have been anybody else depending on bingo games. He'd have been out here really trying to drag a person. He does nothing but sit back and really depend on bingo. And if something happened to him today or tomorrow, how are your family is going to provide for themselves? You have 6 kids, remember? How is they providing for themselves? Like, come on now. All you do is care about yourself. And show Shy side of the closet. You never show that. We need to see her clothes. We need to see that. And nobody want that dirty shit that you was giving away. That's just a mess. That old ass clothes. Let me stop, y'all. Old ass stuff trying to talk about somebody. Yo, this nigga went out here and really be trying to, like, talk about people. He envious. He's envious. Well, make sure you get back to your little group chat. Oh, your sunflower seeds, y'all. When I saw the sunflower pants, y'all, listen. And he tried to talk about us. And I've never sat back and called his wife ugly, but he'll sit back and try to call me ugly, try to talk about my hair and all type of stuff. But yet, his girl sat back and had on that purple shirt 2 days in a row, and he have never took her to the hair salon, but yet he always wants to get his hair did. I wonder if he ever even asked her, do you want your hair done? Do you want a spa day? Do you want to do this? He think that only her getting her nails and her toes done is a reward for her. But yet he wants to do everything for him to feel sissy-ish. He wants to be the woman. He wants to feel good. Not her. Because he wants her to know that everything that he has to save is going towards his dream. Girl, leave him. He didn't even want you to put your YouTube ads on. Leave him. Both of y'all dipsy dime. Then you're going to sit back and say, I had a business, but it's not in my name. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Where they doing these lies at? Yeah, she accepted from a fool. Let me tell you, Curry, the way that he talks to people and the women online lets us know how he talks to them, how he talks to her. He had her outside, literally, you guys, at 3 o'clock in the morning. She's crying, no shoes, no money, saying that he's keep throwing the kids, that she ain't got her kids in her face. And the people in the comment section, they ain't saying nothing. They loved it that. Oh, they loved it that. That little group chat with little catty women, yeah, please. Y'all make sure y'all get that Christmas list together for his kids this year. Y'all make sure y'all get that Christmas together. Then that chain that he had itching her. Did that chain still itch? Probably because she had that shirt on for 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. She don't want no chain. She want her kids back. She want her kids back. In the kitchen, the sissy room, not a room. Y'all, he doesn't. Let me stop back, y'all. I ain't fooling y'all. I'm going in. Bye, y'all. Bye. Bye, y'all. Again, the rules and opinion expressed on this live is everything that I said. Everything that I meant. If y'all coming back in to watch the replay, make sure y'all drop y'all city in the comments where y'all watching from before we end. Let me know in the comment section. Other than that, you guys, I will see you guys later on. I hope Kid comes back and watch the live. I hope Mrs. Gill come back and watch the live as well. And Tommy, you already know you got instructions to do tomorrow, so get her done. You ain't. I'm the last thing you should be worried about. Yes, Atlanta in the building. Southwest Florida. Okay. Big Mama. You already know. Michigan. Grand Rapids, Michigan is in the building. New York, the Bronx. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys later. Make sure y'all